The effective recycling of plastic bottles is essential to reduce Australia's carbon footprint, which is why today I'm so excited to be here to explore a new technology that's helping this organisation take matters into their own hands. So Taylor, I haven't seen any cows on location, so can you tell me about the process and where you guys fit into that process?
Yeah, so we get the raw milk from the farms, we standardise it, homogenise, pasteurise, bottle it, and then we distribute it out to cafes, restaurants, hotels and food service venues all throughout Melbourne and Sydney.
And you guys actually pick up those bottles as well?
Yeah, we've started offering that a few years back. Initially to start getting our crates back, because they're obviously a huge expense to the business. And yeah, it's turned into being quite a good initiative with recycling. And yeah, it's got a lot of guys employed to keeping it running.
You guys actually make your own milk bottles as well, don't you?
So a few years back we bought a blow molded to make our own 2 litre bottles on site. Basically it saves us about 7 cents a bottle from buying it in from a third party.
And I can imagine like the actual margins of milk must be so finite,
yeah.
So every cent really makes a massive difference.
Yeah. So that was a big cost saving for us and it made us a little bit more competitive when you're playing up against the big boys.
So Taylor, can you talk me through the process to actually making a bottle?
Yeah, so currently, like all dairies, we produce it from 100% virgin material. So we put the resin into the machine, blow our own bottles, and that goes through onto the line.
Can you talk to me about how you've actually, got into the whole recycling process?
Yeah, so we started off by looking for a different way of doing things. Currently just compacting at the moment, and it's very inefficient. Yes, it's recycled, but I thought it could be done more efficiently. So we've partnered with Martog and Popit to create a machine that will basically granulate the old bottles on site and get it off to be recycled, and hopefully we'll put it into our bottles in the very near future.
Popit was founded in 2024 by myself and a couple of brilliant engineers, Andrew Hinson and Tony Davies. We came together to take action on plastic waste, and with the idea that we needed to create better technology for people to deal with waste. So we really dove headfirst into plastic waste as a problem. We found lots of problems. The one that really stood out though was milk bottles. You know, most people are recycling their milk bottles at home, but when you look at the supermarket shelf, what you'll find is all of the milk bottles there in new plastic, and we wanted to understand why that was. So we teamed up with recycled resin manufacturer Martog, and we went and spoke to a bunch of milk companies, and what we discovered was it was all about cost. So recycled plastics are a lot more expensive than virgin or new plastics for milk bottles, and so that's the problem we set about solving. This machine's been in the works for nearly 2 years now, and what we're looking at today is only the first half of the solution, so we're about to turn this one on, which is very exciting. It will do part of the recycling process, and then in about 3 months from now we'll be delivering a second machine to Procal that will finish off that recycling process. So the recycling process that we're pioneering we call Takeback recycling. So the milk company takes back the bottles from their customers when they're empty. They come back via the delivery trucks that are coming back to base. So once they get back to base here, the bottles will be processed in this machine. What this first machine is going to do is process those bottles into what's called a rinsed flake product. So that product has a commercial value and it will generate some income for the site. And then at the second installation we do in a few months from now, we'll take that rinsed product through to a higher grade of flake that will be suitable for making recycled plastic granules that can go back into the milk bottles here at Procal.
The dairy industry packaging roadmap outlines essentially ways to achieve sustainable packaging. And this includes basically improving recyclability as well as including recycled content in packaging when it's safe to do so. So when you have fresh products such as fresh milk, packaging plays a critical role in product stability, in food safety, as well as ensuring shelf life. So any changes or innovation which is done around recycling needs to meet strict standards. And that's why when the industry talks about recycling, it's not just recycling, it's talking about sustainability and recyclability alongside the core function of packaging, which is to keep food safe. The work Popit is doing around essentially the business to consumer take-back of milk bottles is amazing. So the dairy industry as a whole is looking for solutions constantly. One good thing to remember is that not all solution will fit all problems. So we need to carve out what the problems are, and Popit is fixing one of the problems which we have.
We are very much focused on recycling milk bottles at milk plants here in Australia initially. I mean, we think there's a really great opportunity to showcase what Takeback recycling can achieve in this industry as an example of what other industries could do. Beyond that, I think there's opportunity to look at those other industries here in Australia. And then I think much longer term, as our technology matures, Popits will get smarter, they'll get smaller, they'll get cheaper. So who knows, one day we might see them as vending machines, ubiquitous around the community, recycling everything.
Everyone needs a Popit, in my opinion. You've done an incredible job, Ed. Thank you so much for showing me it.
Thanks, Rosh.